against the wall, all the way across in an arc. So he's going to bring his arms together at the top. And wow, that's the best you've done the last couple of weeks. And bring it back down slowly.
Oh yeah, I can touch my thumbs.
So if you notice, go ahead and do it a little bit easier and go ahead and let your hands come away from the wall like you're trying to hold them up against there, but you're not. So you can tell he's kind of struggling to do this, but this is the best he's had done in what, about a month. So if you notice now, keep your knuckles up against the wall, and I can tell you're wanting to pull those hands. So if you see now, with it's a lot easier. You can tell he's not grunting or anything. He's got a tiny gap behind his hands of just maybe like a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch. And so that tiny little bit of movement, it lets him like kind of opens up his shoulders, lets his arms come away from the wall, but you notice he's not struggling at all. And go ahead and keep your wrists off and go all the way up. Go all the way up and bring your hands together and lock your elbows. So that gets a little bit hard. Just bring your hands over the top of your shoulders right there and lock your elbows out. So that's it right there. And if you notice, this is about, he's not struggling, he's not squirming, but then gently go ahead and bring your wrists back up against the wall. Slowly now try and lock your elbows out a little bit, don't push it.
Right about there.
And so that, you can tell like that's kind of limiting him just from range of motion. The shoulders, go and bring it down, and maybe some weakness in his upper back.
Definitely. I mean, 2 weeks ago I was probably here, and 2 weeks before that it was like, so it's definitely getting better, the range of motion and everything. So.
I was still just volunteering and coaching at East, and I was 23 years old, working on the train yard over in East St. Louis. Mm-hmm. And that actually, I feel like, even though that was a very bad part of my life as far as going through that and having to come back from it, really opened up my mind to a lot of possibilities as far as what you could do from meeting someone's needs. And I actually got rehabbed at the Athletic Therapy Center in Belleville. Okay. Over at the Sportsplex. Yeah, so those guys there, awesome guys, Rich Wager, and he's got a phenomenal staff. And if it hadn't been like for going there, a couple things wouldn't happen. I don't think I would have gotten the same recovery. I definitely don't think I would have gotten the same recovery that I did get. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is that going there let me see like how important it is to take the time and really look at your clientele and kind of analyze what they're doing, what their needs are, above and beyond what they know and above and beyond what they're able to communicate.